Alrighty then, so I'm about to attempt the Dr. Applesauce challenge, and I'm also going to be doing a pretty cool giveaway towards the end of the video. I'm going to do all of that right now. Here we go. Hey, what's up you guys? So welcome back to my channel, and if you're new over here, how's it? My name is Zaid, I'm your host, and I'm about to bring the thunder, do the thing as I do the Dr. Applesauce challenge. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Dr. Applesauce challenge works pretty much in a way where there's three things you got to talk about. You have got to talk about the most valuable pop in your collection. You have got to talk about the most significant pop in your collection. So in other words, something that has an emotional, I'm going to say like resonance with you, as it were. And of course, you're going to have to talk about a wild card. So a wild card is something that's not necessarily a pop in your collection, but something like kind of out of the mix over there, you know. So I'm going to get right into it though. What I do want to tell you about is just because of the way I got into pop collecting, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that there just now. I'm also partnering with my friends from Gammatek, the distributor here for Funko products in South Africa, and we're going to be giving away 3 amazing pops, and I'll tell you about that in just a bit. Right now though, let us start by turning to the rough tote of destiny, right? So let's do the story over here. So I'm in lockdown at the moment. It is week 3. I'm going out of my mind. My hair's out of control. I only just managed to trim my beard a little bit for this particular video, but a lot of my stuff is actually back home with my folks, so I'm just left with the stuff that I have over here. But it just so happens that a lot of the stuff that I have over here includes some of the more valuable stuff I have, so that's a happy accident. It worked out nicely. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the most valuable pops I have. So the first one that pops to mind is possibly going to be this Hangover one. Sorry about the lighting there. So this is Alan and Carlos. This is a pretty valuable one, but not the one in my collection. The other one that pops to mind, or the other set that pops to mind, is possibly, MJ. So there's these two, and then there's that one, and then there's another one, and then there is the last one. So I would say my Michael Jackson collection, I'm pretty thrilled with this over here. Thrilled to see what I did there. Yeah, so there's this over here. So these are pretty awesome, though those wouldn't be the ones in question. No, in actual fact, the one that holds that coveted spot in, or at the top of my collection right now, is of course this Rocky Balboa one. Now, I was quite interested to see that my boy Happy Chappy, another channel you should check out, together with What's Popping, he had the exact same one as the top contender in his collection as well. So my brother, we are like twins, ebony and ivory, you know what I'm saying? But a little story behind this one over here. So I picked up this pop over here at like about 120 bucks. So 120 rand, so that's probably like about maybe about $10-15. No, less than that. Let's say about $10 a couple of years back. And the reason why I bought it was because like of all the pops of there, it had the most distinctive look, because his lips are like all I could half imagine him going like, Adrian, I did it. So I just thought it was like a really cool pop, so I wanted to grab it. And then as the years have gone by, I've just seen it go higher and higher and higher in value, and honestly, it's not going anywhere. Right, so that's my most valuable pop. Now let me talk to you about the most significant pop I had. So with this one over here, I need to take you down memory lane for a wee bit over there. A couple of years back, when Avengers Age of Ultron came out, my friends from Project Mayhem, who are a store here in South Africa, they did this major movie event where they partnered up with a whole lot of other brands, and they had this massive cosplay competition. It was like a first for Durban at the time, Durban in KZN in South Africa, and I had gone over there with a whole squad of my friends, and I distinctly recall cosplaying. It was my first time cosplaying as Nick Fury, and there was a competition, and I won 2nd place, and my prize there was the Mark 42 from Iron Man 3. Now that's one of the most special, close to my heart pops, so that's stashed at home at my folks' place, and that's not going anywhere. But this particular pop is the one that started it all for me. I mean, I was quite surprised to see that it's gone up a little bit in value since then, but what's really magical about it is that particular pop, it represents so much because it is the culmination of a process of, trying to cosplay, of, like doing this really cool activity with my friends. And, it just represents so much. And I think that's what my collecting journey has also been. A lot of the stuff, even the stuff that you see in the display cabinets behind me, a lot of them have like stories and are like throwbacks to a certain point in time. Like, I have memories of practically everything that's in over there. So just to have that particular pop, it's just a magical thing, and that pop's going absolutely nowhere, which is a nice segue into that giveaway I was talking about. So because I started this pop journey, and it started out with a free pop, a pop that somebody gave me as a prize, Gammatek and I were figuring, okay, we want to do something like that for the guys out there. Okay, so it's as easy as this. So I got a phone call from the guys from Gammatek, and they told me that, look, everything is pretty cruddy right now in the world. People are really, really down and really, really out. And what we really, really wanted to do was add a little bit of cheer to the magic of Funko Pops, and doing so by giving some away. So I have 3 to give away. I have the Corrupted Venom, I have the Gold Yoda, and of course I have the Iron Man pop to give away, right? So those are the 3, and it's going to be a random draw, but in order to enter you need to do a couple things. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is just comment on the video. Just comment on this video. If you are a collector, then tell me your collector story. If you're not a collector, tell me that you just want to start collecting, or just say hi Zaid for that matter. I want to do this thing. It's going to be a random draw that will happen on, when can it happen? It can happen on, let us say, the 30th of April. Okay, so that draw is going to happen on the 30th of April, and I'll post the results out and all of that stuff there. But get in on that and tell your friends about it. So like the video, share the video, do all of that stuff. That would be really cool as well. But that's that for that particular topic. Let us now talk about the wild card in my collection. Now, you would have noticed that I'm a pretty emotional guy, and I think it might be because I've been over here listening to the thoughts in my head for the last 2.5, almost 3 weeks. But the wild card in my collection, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, this thing over here, it is at this point in my life probably like the cornerstone of my being. This thing is giving me hope, it's giving me strength, it's giving me power, it's giving me a sense of security, and it is giving me all of that amazing 2-ply goodness of a pack of 9 baby soft with the puppies on it. This is the magic. It is fresh white, and I didn't have to fight off anyone to get it. Okay, I'm sorry. That was terrible. That was lame, and actually, I'm not even sorry. Don't even lie, okay? You know that you got a backup 9-pack somewhere at home. But no, jokes aside, I couldn't choose one item, one wild card. So I decided to be honest and earnest about it. So I have 2 that I want to talk about. Now, the first one that I want to talk about is something that came as both a cautionary tale and a tale of hope. So when I started collecting, I got like really into it, very, very excited, but I was over trusting, super trusting, and I tried to do a deal with this one dude, and he just let me down terribly, man. He screwed me over so badly, and I just really lost a lot of hope in collecting as a whole. And when I spoke to another guy about it, he happened to be one of the founders of the group where the trade went down, and he was just like, you know what, I know you had a bad time with this thing over here, but I don't want you to lose hope, and just know things are going to be better. And he gave me this over here. So this is Spawn issue number 1. It's a CGC, it's a 9.8, and it is my first CGC. And this one over here, okay, so the story with that deal was I was looking to get a hold of Spawn figures. It didn't work out for me, unfortunately. And this guy was like, no, I want you to have this. I want you to have this because you must know that not everyone is like that. There are good people in this. And I guess that's the story over here. This represents to me the hope that comes from the bonds we forge as collectors. So the people you meet, the people you deal with, the people that you chat to in the groups, the content creators that you interact with, and you really must do that. We need your support. This book over here represents all of that to me, the potential of the relationships that can be created. And it is also proof that even though things may not always go your way, something better is probably ahead. So yeah, this one here represents hope. That's the first one. Then the second thing is a little corny, but I think by this point you know who I am and how I roll. So the next thing over here is, of course, a souvenir that I got from my first trip out to Dubai. So my best friend and her husband live out there, and they got me out on a holiday. So I spent like a good almost like a month there, and I was doing all the random stuff. But there was one thing that we did was so corny. We went to this place, it's called IMG Worlds. Yeah, it's probably still called IMG Worlds. I doubt they would have changed it. And they have a whole Marvel experience there. You know, they got this Iron Man experience. And basically what you do, I'm a big Iron Man fan. So basically what you do is you go, they got a roller coaster and they got like a store. And then this thing you can do where you can be like Iron Man with like the repulsor blast and all of that stuff. And then the final thing they do is they give you this action figure. Now, what's really cool about the action figure is that it has a custom head. So I don't know if you recognize that dude over there, but it's me. I am Iron Man, you know. So this was the first ever custom figure that I got, and it was just like the hokiest thing ever. It was so funny. But, you know, like, it's really awesome. It's really cool. But aside from the figure itself and the fact that it has my face on it, what's really cool about it is that it represents a point of time in my life. Because even now, as we see the world sort of like getting further and further and further apart because of the COVID-19, and, you know, we just have to keep away from each other, having keepsakes like this, having memorabilia like this, having what can I call them? Yeah, having collectibles at this, you know, it basically reminds us about the good old days, and they all represent a promise that things are going to get better from here. So whoever you are, whatever you're doing right now, whatever's going on up over here, don't despair. It's going to get better, and yeah, tomorrow's going to be a better day. So just hang in there. Okay, so those are my wild cards. Very, very personal stories. There's like I said, there's a host of them, and I guarantee you, practically every single thing over here in my collection, this is my displayed collection, has some or other story behind the stuff over here. And yeah, I think that it's very, very important that, you know, we build ourselves up like this, and one way of representing that is through our collections. Okay, but that's another debate for another day. Okay, so let's call it over there. Once again, thanks to Bruce from What's Popping for challenging me to do this. I had a blast doing it. I haven't thought about some of the stuff in a little while, so that was really fun to talk about. And yeah, to everyone out of there, I want you to take part in this challenge. You know, if you have pops, if you are a collector, this is something really cool to do. Tag me when you're doing your video. That would be really awesome. In fact, we'll count that as an entry as well. But very, very important, guys. Don't forget about those 3 amazing Funko Pops that I have to give away. And all you need to do is just let me know that you're interested in taking part. No mess, no fuss, absolutely no drama, and it's just going to be a lucky draw kind of thing. Once again, stay safe, stay inside, and stay sane, and lots of love, and I'll chat to you guys soon. Bye. Hey, what's up, you guys? So thank you so much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and I think there's some other stuff over here on the side that you might enjoy as well. Just remember, I have giveaways going on like all the freaking time, so it'll be really cool if you were to participate. I'll chat to you guys soon. Bye.